Good morning. The Committee on Parole is called to order. Today is January the 12th, 2023. The time is 8:38. Members of the panel this morning are Mr. Alvin Roche, Ms. Pearl Wise. My name is Tony Marabella, and I'll be acting as chair today. Support staff located here at DOC headquarters in Baton Rouge are
John Moshe. Carla Williams.
Thank you. Our remote location, our first remote location this morning is LCIW. With the staff there, please introduce themselves.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Kristen Thomas, Warden.
Tara P. ARDC Manager.
Amelia Washington, ARDC Supervisor.
Thank you very much. Our first case there is going to be Ms. Sharon Roberts.
Yes,
Roberts, please give us your name and DOC number.
Sharon A. Roberts, 11-1955.
Thank you, Ms. Roberts. Ms. Roberts, explain our process to you. First, I'm going to read some information into the record. And then we're going to conduct, the board is going to conduct a parole interview with you. At the appropriate time, we will allow those persons who've indicated they wish to have an input to speak. Today, speaking on your behalf is Mr. Kerry Myers of the Louisiana Parole Project.
Yes, sir.
In that hearing, you'll be allowed to give a brief statement and then the board will vote. You understand our procedure?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. This is the matter of Sharon A. Roberts, DOC number 111955, date of birth November 13th of 1965. She's classified as a fifth felony offender. She has a parole eligibility date of October the 17th of 2022, an adjusted good time date of May the 12th of 2033, and a full term date of December the 7th of 2033. She is currently serving a 31-year, 1 month, 21-day sentence for the charges of aggravated arson, manslaughter, and another arson charge, all having been sentenced on May the 19th of 2003. Ms. Roberts, does that sound accurate to you?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Roberts, your case has been assigned to Ms. Pearl Wise. Ms. Wise will begin our interview process. Would you please answer any questions she might have?
Yes, sir.
Can we?
We're trying, so we should hopefully get it in the next second or two.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Roberts.
Good morning, ma'am.
How's it going?
Yeah, all right.
This is your first parole hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
This is your first parole hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
Call out for the record. How old are you today?
57, ma'am.
Okay, and how long you been in jail on these charges?
On 20 years and 3 months.
20 years and 3 months on a 31-year sentence, 31 plus years sentence. Okay. Call out for the record some of the programs that you've taken that had an impact on you.
It helped me a lot, ma'am, especially my
Some of them.
With specific ones.
reentry, my pre-release program. It, that helped me with my finance problems, going out, doing a resume on my jobs, It really helped me a lot.
Okay. You had some hospital stays in 2019. How are you medically?
All right, ma'am. I had a surgery done.
Oh,
But,
you're doing good.
yes, ma'am.
The records I have show that you're the mother of 3 children. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the ages of your children?
I have 2 deceased, 1 living. One was 21, one was 35.
Okay.
And my youngest son is 25. He's still living.
Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that. Sorry. Do you have a relationship with your son?
Yeah, I talk to him, as much as I can, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any grandchildren?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Who does your son live with?
He just recently got married last year.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Got a daughter-in-law.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I do want to inform you, as a part of this process, we reach out to the law enforcement community to get their opinion about early release. And there's a lot of opposition to your early release. There's nothing you can do about it. I just wanted to state that for the record. Let's talk a little bit about your crime. What makes you tick in doing this?
I was a bad alcoholic, ma'am, and I
Okay.
used my substance, on my crime.
So you were under influence every time?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Any other reason, and over these 20 years that you have time to reflect, what else you come up with as the reason you did that? These
Just
crimes.
using my substance, careless, negligent, on my crime.
But were you angry?
No, ma'am. I was just drinking a lot, just careless.
Okay. Okay. When you said drinking a lot, what were you drinking?
I would drink vodka, about a bottle of vodka.
You so there was never any intent on your part to kill someone. Never
No.
your
No, ma'am.
was no jealousy in your relationship with your girlfriend, nothing like that.
No, ma'am.
Just simply you were drunk.
Just being negligent on my crime, my substance abuse, my alcoholism.
Okay. Well, so what have you taken to address that?
I
program.
did substance abuses while I've been incarcerated.
So what would be your sobriety plan if you're released today?
I like to enter into the parole progress, and
Yeah,
continue I would like to continue my substance abuse on the outside.
When you say continue, what you mean? What do you mean?
Since I done it here, I like to still do it, get into some programs, to keep going, have a sponsor, to help me keep going. I don't want to go out there and keep doing, what I've been doing. And I pray to God, I just don't want to do it.
So
I just need help, continuing,
Well, what about AA meetings? Something would you be doing those?
Oh, yes, ma'am. AA.
Because when you said programs, I just wasn't clear on what kind of programs you were thinking of.
Alcohol, AA, substance abuse, anything that they offer me, counseling.
Okay. And you showed as a fifth felony offender, and every time you were on supervision, you got what would you say is the reason for that?
Being care my substance abuse.
Okay. You said that was the reason. What age did you start drinking?
Ma'am.
What age did you start drinking alcohol? Remember?
16.
Say 15?
16.
16, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
How much education do you have?
A GED.
Good for you, okay. And they, the records I have indicate there are going to be some mental health follow-up as well, right? Do you,
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
have a mental health diagnosis that you can share with us?
No, ma'am. I never seen mental health, while I've been incarcerated.
Oh, okay.
I was never on any kind of medication,
Okay. All right, well, thank you, ma'am. I did see when you got your high in 2019. Congratulations on that. I know that's,
ma'am.
congratulations. And staff, then what can y'all tell us about Ms. Sharon?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Ms. Sharon is a minimum custody offender with us. She works, outer perimeter and maintenance. She's a really hard worker. She has not had a write-up in 10 years. We really don't have any trouble or issues with her. Low risk score. And I know Mr. Carey will probably say a few words, but Parole Project has been involved to make it a smoother transition if she is granted parole today.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Warden. Mr. Richard, question?
Yes. Good morning, Ms. Roberts. How are you?
All right, sir.
Ms. Roberts, I want to tell you very frankly, it's hard for me to believe that you've been convicted of at least 3 arsons, 2 of them aggravated arsons, because of your alcoholism. Why would you go to the restroom in an apartment, light a cigarette, leave the restroom, and then you leave the apartment before the fight? It's hard for me to believe that all of these incidents were accidents because you were intoxicated. So tell us exactly what happened and why did it happen.
Yes, sir.
I don't believe you. I need an answer, Ms. Roberts.
Because I was involved with somebody else during the time of the arson charge of this last one. And I kept going back in and out the house, getting drugs to go out and sell so I could get my liquor. And the last time I went in the house that to get pills to sell, that's when I had dropped the cigarette and I didn't go back.
You knew you had dropped the cigarette.
Sir?
You knew that the cigarette was lit and you just left it there?
Be honest with you, I didn't know if it was lit or not.
So that was that time. What happened the other 2 times that you were pled guilty to arson?
The same incident.
Have you ever attended and completed a substance abuse treatment program?
No, sir.
At what age did you start using alcohol and drugs?
Around 16.
And the last time you were arrested, how old were you?
Last time, 35.
So you've been using drugs and alcohol over a period of 20 years, at least 20 years, and you never received any substance abuse treatment.
No, sir.
You have a problem.
Yes, sir.
You have a serious problem. It's more than alcohol because there is another reason why an individual enjoys starting fights. Because you have 2 aggravated arson convictions, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
You have 1 simple arson conviction, am I right?
Yes, sir.
That leads me to believe that you might be a serial arson who enjoys starting and looking at the price. And you told Ms. Wise that you've never had any mental health treatment or evaluation. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir. I understand.
So today is day to lay all the marbles on the table, be truthful, and tell this panel exactly what happened on those arson charges, and maybe we can get some help.
Yes, sir.
So what happened? Tell me what happened.
Just acting crazy, being careless, just starting fires, you know. Just
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Okay. And now we'll hear from Mr. Kerry Myers.
Good morning, Kerry Myers, the Louisiana Parole Project. Ms. Roberts is here today seeking parole on this charge after serving 2/3 of her sentence. I believe this is a case where corrections has done its job. While she's been incarcerated during these 20 years, she's earned her GED. She has taken substance abuse, anger management, victim awareness. She has taken horticulture. She has received NCCER certification and HVAC certification. She's been working in maintenance for 13 years on the same job. She's a minimum custody offender, and she is highly valued, as you heard, by the institution. Obviously, she still has substance abuse issues, as you know, that an alcoholic is always an alcoholic. And Parole Project is committed to helping her with additional support systems and treatment, AANA, evaluations if needed. And we're also committed to her long-term housing. She is very employable. And at age 57, she still has an opportunity to be economically independent. We are committed to providing her housing for as long as it takes to help her through this, and the support systems that she needs to get through those times. Again, this is an issue where corrections has done its job. She has availed herself of all the things she could do there in prison. She might not be the most articulate person representing herself, but we have extensively met with Ms. Roberts, and she understands what our expectations are. Should she be released? She understands what her future might hold. That it is, it's one day at a time, and we will help her through each and mentor her through each and every one of those days. So I would ask this board to consider the work that she has done during these 20 years and grant her parole.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. We appreciate your comments. Ms. Roberts, is there anything you'd like to say to the board before the board votes?
No, sir.
We're ready to vote? Ms. Myers?
Ms. Roberts, I'm really concerned about you. I'm not sure how much you comprehend. Our staff there, is there anything with mental health? Is mental health following her in y'all records?
She's a mental health care 5H, so currently she's not being seen by mental health. At this time, she's not.
Okay, great, okay. But there was some indication that an aftercare plan that would be devised for her. For
Yes, ma'am.
But that's just routine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Roberts, your alcoholism, what you stated is your problem. And then when I asked you about the programs that impacted you, substance abuse was not even one that you even mentioned. And that is, and then but one thing you saying that's the reason I'm in jail is the substance abuse, is the alcohol.
That's right.
I'm just not ready to take a chance on it. For me, my vote is to deny because of the law enforcement opposition. There's some victim opposition, and I would just like to see you come up with a better plan, stay clean and sober, and get involved in AA and ENA, get involved in a substance abuse community that we're going to sustain you when you get out. Best wishes to you, ma'am, and reapply as soon as you're out before we meet.
Thank you, Ms. Wise. Mr. Roche?
Ms. Flowers, my vote is the same for the same reasons.
Thank you, Mr. Roche. Ms. Roberts, I've listened intently to what you had to say and what Mr. Myers had to say, and I have a lot of faith and a lot of confidence in the Louisiana Parole Project. You've done a very good job while you've been in prison. You've got good comments from the warden about your work history. My vote today would be conditionally to grant your parole, assuming that you would complete a long-term substance abuse treatment program while in the Department of Corrections in the Parole Project. But I'm only one vote and 2 votes have been to deny you already, so your vote, your recommendation today has been denied for parole. But I encourage some more substance abuse treatment, because certainly I think that if you get that behind you and you have a better plan, as I've heard both of my colleagues say, I think next time, if you had a better plan for yourself, I know Mr. Myers has got a good plan for you when you get out, but if you had your own plan ready to put in place and we felt you had accepted that plan, I think you'd get a good vote. So I encourage you to continue to work hard and to work especially on your substance abuse treatment.
Yes, sir.
Denied today, good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
Gordon Thomas and your staff, thank you very much. We'll be adjourned today.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Let's unpack that. I get so Kerry Myers, for those of you who don't know, he's the founder of the Parole Project, and Meyer, what he's doing really he was imprisoned from a wrongful, well, he claims to be a wrongful conviction, but many seem to believe the case, and then he was finally paroled, and then the governor never signed it, and it was like 15 years later, and because of that, he made this his life mission to help people. But I get concerned by who he's choosing to help, just in the sense that, it makes you wonder if he's doing any research or due diligence. I mean, part of his speech is he's very employable. I don't know who wants to employ a convicted arson, frankly. I'm really glad Mr. O'Shea is on this panel, because I almost wonder if anyone would have gone after her. Mr. Marabella probably would have, but he's been kind of going soft a little the past few days. I don't know what it is, but he surprised me the past few days. It could be that because he was the third vote, he was trying to give her some encouragement, but she's obviously an arson, and she's in denial about it. Completely flunked that interview. It was just an awful interview, and that's scary. You just can't have someone get out who has like an addiction to lighting fires. I didn't even know. You know how difficult it is to light a fire with a cigarette. Maybe the cigarettes were a little bit different back then. They burnt differently. I think at some point they put a chemical in it so they wouldn't, but still, it's a really, really, really difficult thing to do. And 3 convictions, which, I mean, that's the amount of time she was caught. No, very scary, because she's just in complete denial about it. So I'm okay with this. I tried finding something on the internet. You would think that there would be something in here, but I couldn't find anything. If you can, let me know. Love to hear your thoughts on this, but it's a terror waiting to happen, a horrible situation waiting to happen. So it seemed clear to me that she needs to be where she is. With that, I'll let you go.